Alright guys, it's Guam here doing our Dawn of War commentary here. Got Space Marine, Winner-kun versus Critical Mass. He's a Necron player and this map's Blood River. Um should be interesting to watch this match because I haven't actually I don't think I've actually covered any Necron matches before, so it should be pretty interesting. And in the current version of Soulstorm, the Necrons are probably considered the weakest race in the game, so see what happens here. I'm not too sure about Necron build orders. I used them for a while, but never really got very proficient from them. I just sort of used them for comp stomp. Right, so we got the Space Marine player here. He's just went for looks like two units of scouts so far. Usually versus Necrons, you want to sort of harass the Necron base with a scout squad. You probably see him doing that. He's actually taking the point. So I'm wrong. So okay, so he's got free scout squad here, and he's just capping points. So we'll probably see maybe soon. He might go for the harassing, maybe not but usually I'd recommend harass against the Necron player, and it's such a small map of course, but I guess he's not going to I don't know anything about these players by the way. I've never heard their names before so looks like the Necron player's going for fairly standard opening. He's got three Scarab squads. I think that's about no four. That's four seems I think four is pretty heavy actually. I think mine's was like Scarab Squad, and then into the Lord, and then a Warrior Squad or something. That's probably different. Like as I said, I'm not the best with them. So it looks like the Space Marines actually got the Force Commander here, so just building up his forces. Like that much happening at the moment, of course. The problem with the Necrons is they're so weak early game. It takes them so long to move around, and just it's so open to harassment, and just they're easy to kill off their scarabs as well. So it's hard to build up their generators, which of course is where they get all their power from. All the resources, just power. So here we got some sort of semi late harassment here coming from the Force Commander. Should be trying to take out some of these scarabs here. You might be better off just going into range stance. The animation of slapping these things around is probably a bit slower than actually just shooting them off. Although I couldn't actually obviously confirm that. For any real hardcore players out there. Looks like the Scarab Squad's actually going to go down. Pretty bad job there. I'm not sure. He probably wanted to get that finish, but obviously it wasn't going to happen. Surprised he actually took this relic here. I thought the Space Marine player had that covered at least. I guess he must have run away with the Scout Squad rather than actually try and fight for the point. It's looking pretty. I don't know. It's too early to say anything, but I think I don't think the Necron has been sufficiently harassed here. You know, he hasn't took a lot. Usually if you're fighting Necron, you could do a lot more damage than what's been done. All these losses with single Scarab unit, which isn't a big deal. In fact, I'm very surprised to see them actually capturing this relic here. It's very bizarre. Usually it takes ages for the Necrons to actually be able to push out and grab territory, especially flipping hate when that happens. Especially territory so far away from his base. Oh dear. So we got the Force Commander getting stuck into Necron Warriors here. Necron Warriors gonna have to limp out of here because they're no match against this force. That's one of the disadvantages of Necrons, but he should be able to teleport them away if he actually was paying attention to them. Looks like he's gonna actually try and fight them back here, so that's probably the reason why he hasn't teleported. And while that's happening here, he's sneaking down his Lord and another Warrior regiment down to the Space Marine player's base. And Necron Lord's pretty good at doing he seems to have pretty good building damage, so it's quite nasty. So it is the same. You could probably take down that listening post without much problems. Obviously, Space Marine players are aware of this, so he's sending down his Lord, the Force Commander, to help deal with it. It's a pretty good idea, he's splitting his forces up, but if he can actually manage to do that while concentrating on both of them, making sure it doesn't oh dear, looks like the upgraded obelisk are just hitting the Space Marine squad. Did a good bit of damage, or nearly each one of the Marines has lost about a third of hit points. Looks like the Necron player has been forced back from the harassment on the listening post there, but not really much happening here. It's like just a bit of a field harass here. The Necron Lord's still in pretty good condition. I think he probably teleported away when this he seen the Force Commander come down. Good use of the Lord here. Like he's using him, mobile, doing jumps. Making sure he's getting stuck into combat. Like it's very good. For a Necron player to have a good chance, you need to be able to use your Lord in a very efficient manner, of course. Looks like the Force Commander here. I don't think it's very wise. He should be probably running them out of this fight here. He's looks like the Necron players actually got the first upgrade for his Necron Warriors, which gives them good increased armor and hit points and maybe damage. I'm not entirely sure. So he just want to leave his Force Commander in the middle of that. I'm really surprised here. It does appear to me that the Necron player has majority of map control, which is very strange. Like usually this wouldn't usually be happening. Seems like the Space Marine players just reacting to what the Necron players doing. Well, having said that, like the Space Marine players appears to only have one tactical squad out, which is very minimum. Like obviously he must been saving up for like higher attack. But having said that, like I don't see very much. He got an army out and he's just getting his third plasma up. 6 minutes in the game, which I suppose is alright. Like it's still pretty early days. Actually, since there's a bit of lull in combat there, he's actually got the chaplain there, so that'll help him as well. Help break the morale of the Necrons. Like looks like he's got some plasma kind of scouting screens or scout marines harassing this listening post, but not doing very much here because why is the Necron player just teleports some troops across? He's using good use of the skills available to him. But I actually downloaded actually not downloaded. I actually got a land of Company Heroes from one of my friends. I haven't actually updated it yet. Only reason I played it was because of the fact I was starting to hear about Dawn of War 2, and people were saying on some forums people were saying that it sort of plays a bit like Company of Heroes, and if you don't know, Company Heroes was actually made by Relic as well. So I'm sort of thinking like people have actually said yeah, Dawn of War 2 is just Company of Heroes with Space Marines like or whatever. So I actually give it a go. Okay, actually, hold on a second. I'll talk about that in a minute. There's actually fighting happening here. Looks like the Space Marine player actually tried to do harassing the listening post here, but he's been rudely slapped in the face by this pretty large Necron warrior force. So this seems strange. So the Necron warrior isn't actually reinforcing his warriors very much. He's got like 4 for each regiment, so he's only actually put one additional one for each regiment, which is pretty small. Usually I'd try and mass them out, like, but that's just my style, and it's probably not the smartest thing to do. So the Space Marine's going to need something pretty soon, because he's got piss all. In fact, he's been still only on one tactical regiment. In fact, the only thing he really did is got his chaplain out. He's finally got a second tactical squad. It's like why so late? It seems very strange. He's going to want to get plasma out here for his tactical squads. Like they should be even up the fight against the Necrons. But it's very strange, like, because it seems like the Space Marine player's been on the back foot for most of the fight, which is very strange. I know we got was it the solar flare coming down, solar pulse, stopping all range damage. So it looks like the Space Marine player's gonna have to back off here. He's gonna he's gonna lose his squad here if he doesn't back off. Like the Necrons are, they actually have pretty very solid, hand-to-hand combat damage themselves. Like, so you wouldn't fancy the Space Marines in this fight. I don't think the Space Marine players, don't want to say anything too offensive to anyone, like, but I don't think he's the best player. Like, I don't know why he's actually persisting in this fight. He probably thinks his chaplain can, win for him, but I think that, even if he sort of wins this fight, I think it's cost him too much. Yeah, he hasn't actually done anything there, and he's just lost a lot of resources there. Just lost a lot of troops for no reason really. It's just pointless. Like, in fact, his librarian and his free heroes are all below half hit points. So a bit pointless there. He's going, as I said, he's going to need to start massing the plasma out here, and like, oh, we've actually got a destroyer coming out for the Necrons here, so it's looking pretty bad for the Space Marine. Although he has finished his machine call, so you might be able to see some some vehicles coming out for him. help him deal with his vehicles with the Necrons, but he is definitely behind at this point. There's no doubt about that. But actually, I was pretty disappointed with Companies of Hero. It was just like I'm only starting with it, like, but it's kind of different. I find it kind of frustrating. I was playing a few skirmish missions. As I said, I don't have the expansion pack or anything. I'm gonna get a land of it pretty soon. But it's just like I don't know. It's just I find it very frustrating. It's just you sort of run around the map and then you take the victory locations, which is what Dawn of War 2 is gonna have, and then you just sort of you try and lock them down using build